There we go. What's up, everybody? Hurricane here. Welcome to another R.O.C Hangout. The Tuesday night tradition continues, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here every week on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. You could also download an audio version of this podcast and subscribe on iTunes and Google Play through your favorite podcast app. If you're watching us on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. And hop into the live chat below. Chop it up with the rest of the R.O.C fam. Everybody in the chat is going to get a shout out at the end of the live stream. So before we introduce the rest of the cast, quick shout out to the Realm of Collectors website, www.realmofcollectors.com, newly revamped, so check it out. Blog section headed up by Paul C, with the entries from the rest of the community from the R.O.C, so definitely check that out. We also have merchandise available for you. We have some Scullies and hats featuring the new Realm of Collectors logo on the website. You could order those right now. If you pre-ordered a R.O.C hoodie, you could get a hat or Scully of your choice for $12 added onto your hoodie order. And if not, $20 will get you a Scully or a new hat featuring our new logo shipped. We also have some limited quantities of the R.O.C Friends and Family t-shirt, shot glasses, a pair for $13 shipped anywhere into continental U.S. So please check out the website and get your orders in. As always, we appreciate it. So say what's up to the rest of the crew. First up, Brian Brank. How are you tonight?
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. Dude, just one more day of work. Then we get to have a little vacation.
Yes.
For us over here in the Freedom Land, anyway. Sorry for the rest of you. But anyways, I hope everyone's having a good night. And it's very cold. That's why I'm wearing my newly branded R.O.C Scully. So this is what it looks like, everybody.
Hey, there you go.
Hope you like it.
Yeah.
And I guess my thing that I got this week that I really, really like is this 80s vintage walking motorized robot that Paul C found for me. And thing's freaking awesome. I've got a what's in the box video I need to send over and stuff like that. And you guys can see it in all its glory. So
nice.
It's good.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Next up, Energon Addict. What's up, Pop?
Yo, what up? What up, everybody? Happy Tuesday before Turkey Day.
Yep.
I had a horrible potluck today at lunch with my coworkers. Yo, honestly, like I think I was on the phone with Jose. I'm like, yo, I gotta go. They're doing the potluck. I gotta go eat. So they're like rushing us to eat, and I fill my plate up with food. You know, you gotta try everybody's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man, and I'm sorry for the bad cooks out there if I offend you, but that nothing was really good except for like one thing on the plate. So I basically like threw out my plate and didn't finish my meal and wound up eating a bag of chips for lunch.
Weight loss challenge.
Yeah. And it's funny, my buddy who sits across from me, right? He's a little sick and he can't even taste anything. He's like, bro, I can't barely taste it, but it's no good. And he takes his plate, throws it in the garbage too. I'm like, I'm like, never again, man, never again. But
that blows. What was the variety of food?
I mean, they had turkey there, and turkey was dry as fuck. And that's one thing, like, you know, like dry turkey, no matter how much gravy you put on it, it will not help the situation. And just a lot of rice. I work with a lot of Asian people. So I'm assuming they made rice, and the other half of the office is either Hispanic or Haitian. So we had like Haitian rice, we had Spanish rice, we had white rice, we had like 5 different rice varieties. Then you had the one protein rice. Huh?
That was a joke, dude.
Yeah,
I said, when you say white rice.
No. And I mean, they had like Swedish meatballs, which were okay, but for the most part, I wasn't satisfied. So I'm still a little hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, but don't mind me. Aside from that, on the toy side of things, okay, I picked up quite a few Black Series stuff. I'm trying to catch up. I will not go through all that stuff, but if you guys are familiar with the 1000 Toys line, I think it's called. 1000 Toys. They make these carb kind of like synthetic humans, but this one is the robot, like a cyborg looking thing.
Yeah.
I got hands on with some of them this weekend.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. And what I plan to do is I picked up 3 like on a bundle. So I have 3 of them, and I want to get like suits for them, like either one like a samurai, then like a ninja. So I'm gonna dress them up. So that's
that one you was holding up, I love that the slide out blades. Those are fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I plan on doing is I'll get the ninja outfit, but I'm gonna cut the sleeve off that one so that thing shows.
Yeah,
I mean I've
cool.
seen people do it before, but that's what I plan on doing with them.
Yeah, I've seen some shots of that too, and it looks really, really good. The add-on clothes that you could put on them, as long as they're fitted, it looks really good.
Yeah. So
what does they go for?
Like a set will go for anywhere from $25 to $35, and you usually get like a pair of pants, a jacket. You get the ties, like to kind of like tie the waist up. And you get like these other wraps that wrap around the like ankle up the leg.
Okay.
So you get like that whole ninja look.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's I think C-Jism sells that stuff if anybody's looking. I think it's called C-Jism.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Is this just a trick to get us to Google C-Jism?
No,
Right, exactly.
it's actually called
Beware. Yeah, no, but those figures are pretty dope. The synthetic humans are nice, and they're super articulated. I think they're even more articulated than Fig Arts are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that they did the synthetic human as a 1/6 variant first, and that was probably the most articulated 1/6 figure ever. Like the knee looked absolutely normal and perfectly proportioned, and the elbow too. I was like, damn, those are good.
Yeah, those figures are pricey. Yeah, they're good. They're
exactly.
really good.
The 1/6 has collector prices now, big time. Yep.
Yeah. Sweet, Dave. That was your favorite of the week?
Favorite of the week.
Sweet. All right. Next up, Big Dom. How are you, Nick?
What's up? What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
So I got something just about, I would say, 20 minutes ago, right, Jose?
Mm-hmm. I got a sneak peek. I got the sneak peek of the haul today.
So Jose asked me to go find those the new Legend Power of the Prime figures. He said a couple of stores in New Jersey are showing in stock. I stopped at one on the way home, and I was able to pick them up. The Beachcomber, the Wind Charger, the Slash, and the Strap. What is it? I don't know what the hell Scrapnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to pick up a set for him. So
thank you, sir.
No problem. That's how quick I deliver. But the Beachcomber looks really good.
Yeah. Are you going in on those, or are you getting out of the line? I know you were buying those, right? Before?
Yeah. I pick up the Legends and figures. I collect the Iron Factory and the DX9 stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Legends, you can't go wrong with Legends. They're pretty cool, easy transformations, and some of that hard shit I just don't like.
No, I hear you. For mainline stuff, it's cool. I still like that they still have the gimmick of you're able to put like the little Titan Masters in them.
Mm-hmm.
They can ride them as vehicles. The ability, of them for the kids. So that's cool.
Yeah. I like the original stuff. So.
No. Yeah.
But that's
anything
all.
Else?
That's all I got. No, that's all I got. That's all I got.
All right, bro. All right. Next up, Extra Zero.
All right. So, got some cool stuff this week, courtesy of Realm members. So I got this on Saturday, courtesy of Mr. Brian Brink.
Oh yeah.
This is the Autobot Tarn. And I dig him. I saw him at TFCon, and I was contemplating it. I said, well, let me get regular Tarn first, because I hadn't really gone all in on MMC. I just had Impactor and their Overlord.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm kind of like on a big MMC kick, as anybody watching the Tuesday show has probably seen over the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got another one, courtesy of JD, and This is probably my favorite so far. I love this color scheme.
Yeah.
This is the Asterix Caldus. He's the Lost Light version of Rodimus. And, I mean, this figure just looks real good in person.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, digging it. That's all I got so far for the week. I've got potentially something really cool coming in either on Friday or Saturday. So I plan on doing a What's in the Fucking Box for that. I'll probably film it this time because it's going to be impressive. I think it's going to be something a lot of people are going to want to see. I think Brian probably knows what it is by now.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So
sweet. Sounds good. Yeah, that Calidus also, that Asterix mode is really nice, and I think you have to see it in person to appreciate it. Dave brought his to TFCon, and I remember I was on the fence with it, and seeing it in person sold me.
And JD also threw in the Shapeways piece on the back that keeps the bow on the side. I had to future it up per his suggestion, but this thing's pretty cool, and it actually lets you combine the bow and the gun. So I'm actually more inclined to display him with the bow, rather than just leaving it in the box like the regular one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they did that. That's cool. I want that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, it's pretty awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. And that's the thing, going off of what Dom said. One of the things I really like about the MMC figures is that they're pretty easy transformations, and they're fun. It's sometimes I just want to have like a high end figure, but an easy transformation that gets the job done. And it's just fun to flip back and forth. That's what I love about these guys.
Yep.
And they always look rad.
That's right.
All right, cool.
That's all from me.
All right, next up, G Money. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man.
G Money.
It's good to be here with you guys. It's funny, Dave. We've got a little potluck lunch at my work tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Like,
what you bringing? What are you bringing in?
I don't even want to say it because you guys are gonna make fun of it anyway. But no, I
Twigs and berries.
Granola. No, I made a giant salad with like a bunch of like kind of unique stuff in it. So we'll see.
Twigs and berries.
But, right. But yeah, no, it's been a good week. I got for the collecting piece, I got two things that are kind of worth talking about. I got the G Creation 6-shot, that Fuma, I think it's called.
Oh no!
And
nice.
I'll tell you, engineering wise, I have only very little chance to mess with it. I just got it yesterday, but the build quality is far different than their Optimus Prime that they did. Definitely not as fragile. Tons of ratchets and die casts and stuff. So engineering wise, it's very impressive. But my really favorite one is I got the MMC thanks to Haney at Agabus. I got the Cosmos Omni. And Dave, you and I, we saw that in the case at TFCon, and I had waited, and I was debating about the Toy World or X Transbots, and it's a really neat, fun figure. It's really little at first. It comes in alt mode in the box, so the box is actually very small. But the gimmicks with like the Bumblebee and the blaster and the windows, and it's got a ton of paint, die cast in the right spots, and it was fun. It was just a fun toy to play with and transform. So yeah, I'll take a picture later.
Now, do you have any fragility with yours at all?
No, there's one portion of the transformation, the way the head pops up, that once you see how it works, it's like not an issue whatsoever. So I almost user error. I was pushing on the wrong part at first when I was transforming it, and then I kind of realized it, and it was fine.
So Gary, is Cosmos like one of your favorite characters or something like that, or
not necessarily? I just kind of really liked how the toy looked in the case, like the proportions. How everyone likes like the dumpy Cosmos that's kind of short, or the Sea Spray that it looks kind of pudgy, because that's how they remember it. I just really liked the proportions of it. And, the TFCon, my one pickup that I kept was the Artfire version that they did, that Kickstarter of the Inferno mold, or whatever they were calling it, the backdraft, right? The backdraft, the red and white one. So that type of kind of heroic proportion looks really good together. Actually, I got them, back there next to each other. So
heroic, that's the word.
Yeah, the main reason I ask is I know you're not a completist for Transformers by any means. And you said that you're debating Toy World versus MMC for Cosmos. So I thought maybe Cosmos had a place in your heart or something like that.
No, I think he looks good on the shelf with the green color and just the different sizes, So so that was the collecting piece. Just kind of mentioned connecting with some people in the community has been really, really cool this week. We're going to talk in a few minutes, I guess, about the wellness and the weight loss challenge, but just had some really cool conversations through Facebook Messenger with Arvin and Jason and Justin. So I really appreciate that, kind of getting to know people, talking about the the competition, but Arv and I have been connecting. We each had yellow Honda S2000s at some point. It's just kind of cool. Again, how you continue to learn about different members here in the ROC. So I look forward to being able to do more of that with the group as we talk more about the challenge and stuff. So, but yeah, that's it for me today, Jose.
All right, sweet.
Cool.
All right, next up, JD. How are you?
What's up, everybody?
What's up, JD?
How we doing?
Hey, come close. Yo.
Close. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, I'm moving the mic.
We could hear you. We can't see that pretty face though.
Yeah, word up, man. What are you hiding from me for?
It's mysterious.
Exactly.
It's like the reverse Dr. Claw cosplay.
Can't see those handsome features.
I got all trimmed and prettied up for you guys and everything. But yeah, what did I get? A bunch of Black Series stuff. I got like 5 Sand Troopers. And what else? The Entertainment Earth set. The 4
I just got that too.
different troopers. Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody got me a really, really good deal on that and 2 Sand Troopers. Like those 3 pieces for $50.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Shout out to dudes that can't stand up to their girlfriends or wives or whatever.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Let me know when he's dumping this next set of figures, bro. I'm with you.
It's like, they said that this was like the last of the stuff that he had. So
Damn.
other than that, I got the Black Series. What do you call it? The Shadow Squadron.
oh, Inferno Squad.
No. The Shadow Squadron. It was the Biker Scout.
The Biker Scout and the
Biker
black.
Scout.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Target, right? Yeah, I think that was Target.
Exclusive, yeah. That chick
Look at
was for a
that.
good amount of money.
And then I found another Revan and Sabine at JCPenney's.
Holy shit!
Damn it!
Yeah.
I've been
They
going
only
to
had
JC
one
Penney
of
and I
each.
found shit.
Yeah, they only had one of each figure out of that wave. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm stoked. I got a bunch of Sand Troopers, so those were ones that I've been wanting for a while, and I got a pretty good deal on a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, those go for money, like just for one. Goes at least for 30,
Yeah.
$35 a
Nice.
piece.
Yeah. No.
So, good stuff, man.
Pretty good deal. Yep. That's it.
All right, nice. All right, Tim K, how are you, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Pretty good. Pretty good. Slow days at work, but that's another topic. From the collecting side, I gotta say, move along. Nothing to see here.
All right.
That
Ooh,
golden goose. Hey.
Smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave.
Yeah, slow week. Slow week.
No problem, man. No problem. Thanks for joining us. I know it's late over there or early morning.
Anytime, no problem. Glad to be here.
No doubt. All right.
Jose, you found some stuff, right?
Yes, I did. I went toy hunting yesterday. Had to pull some tricks, and I found the whole wave 1 of the deluxe power of the primes. So pretty cool.
Didn't I see your
The one, so you know.
He's all good.
Yeah. I found I picked up a couple of cases. I already sold out of the 3 extra sets. I sold 2 of them. I still got 1 left. So if anybody out there is looking for them, just hit me up. So yeah, that was it. It's a light week for me too. Disappointed in the Jazz. Like I know what to expect with the retail stuff, but I was Jazz is like one of the favorites, and I was kind of like expecting a little bit more love, and that was the figure I was most disappointed with out of the whole wave. So
I got hands on with that too, and the lack. Jazz is a character that needs painted rims, just hands down.
Yeah. I'm sure Takara will do better there, but I just don't even like how the legs don't even like really lock in anywhere. They're kind of like loose, so it's subpar quality from what I was expecting, but it's fine. It's Hasbro stuff. Hail Hasbro.
Hail Hasbro.
All right. All right. So G Money, I think you got some more details for the R.O.C weight loss and wellness challenge, and I think you wanted to chop it up about some exercises and stuff.
I do. Right? Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that. So without being overly redundant, I'm just going to put the challenges is live for registration. It's ROC Weight Loss 2017 at gmail.com. And basically, Mr. Chris Pinkerton is kind of handling the registration. He's going to get me the contact info. I've got several people that have signed up already. So those of you who did, I appreciate it. You'll be getting an email from me later this week, probably Friday after the holiday. And that'll include the 4 questions we've talked about. And I'll put the dates in there for the check-ins. First prize is going to be winner take all. So it's $20 to participate. I said it on the in the group, right? That's one Trooper JD, right? Or just one less Marvel Legends. And that's all it takes is to be part of the group. But that being said, again, first prize winner will take all. I've got second prize, which is going to be a R.O.C hoodie and a sealed R.O.C. What do you call it? Bandana. It came in the rock box. Bandana. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. And then for anyone else who participates and sticks with all their check-ins, I'm going to have a prize for, we'll send out to everybody who sees it through. So we talked a lot about food. My question to the group was, diet and rest, 2 huge components. But what do you guys do kind of for yourself as far as exercise or training or activities? What is it that you guys like to do or have done in the past that you found help you kind of stay mobile and active that way?
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Since you're so active.
I'm not. You want to get started? Listen. All right.
Bring it on, little boy.
Right?
Bring it on.
Listen. Get yourself a chair and sit in the corner quietly, big boy. All right.
So chair yoga, dude. That's chair yoga.
All right, Dom. I have a question for you. Have you signed up for the Rock Wellness weight loss challenge yet?
Just sign up so I can take your money.
Fucking sign up.
Yeah, exactly.
I did sign up, by the way.
Okay, good for you.
You did.
All right, so what I've done in the past, like Gary said, sleep is very important. See, normally I'll stay up all night fucking shopping for toys and smoking weed and fucking eating everything in the fucking kitchen. So what I tend to do is cut my night a little shorter than I normally would, so I don't go into that binge eating and get that rest that I need. And it also gives me more energy for the next day in case I did want to actually go lifting or go, run on the treadmill in the morning or after work,
So Dave, for the wellness challenge, you're hanging up the reefer?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. The reefer would just be smoked a lot earlier than I normally do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But
just make yourself a healthy breakfast and then smoke up.
Yeah.
So
I've talked to Gary before, and I tell him, yeah, man, I fucking got the munchies. I eat everything in the refrigerator. He goes, just make some egg whites. And I'll be like, all right. I'll try to do that without burning the house down when I can fucking barely see in front of me at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning. But it's a good idea.
So, Dave, your recommendation is just me going into hibernation for 4 months, and I'll come out like 100 pounds lighter, right?
Listen, it worked for me. It's worked for me in the past. Normally for me, if I go to bed like around 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 to 1 o'clock, and if I'm up eating until that time, then I'm just putting more calories on.
True.
So now if I'm going to sleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm not eating till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's helped me out in the past. That's what I plan on doing this time too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm calling you at 1. I'm calling you at 1 o'clock in the morning. Pick your ass up.
Can I go next?
Yes. Go
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So for me, I like to go walking. Like I like to be outside. I don't like just exercising indoors.
Brian, do you go walking in the red light district?
No, but maybe I should. It's getting cold. I might have to, make a few
Find someone
stops.
too warm at night.
They have those in Delaware?
What's that?
They have
No one told me. No one told me.
But no. So I like going out. I have a few different parks and trails near me and things like that. It sucks in the cold though because it gets dark early. I can't get out after work, stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to figure out something. But I found that I broke my foot in 2013, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive, I couldn't leave the house for like 3 months. And as soon as I was able to get mobile and stuff like that, that's when I really started just walking, especially during the spring and the summer. And I found that being outside helps put you in a better mood as well.
I'll agree with that. Yep.
Yeah. So, just taking in nature and stuff like that. And plus we have like a dozen podcasts to listen to every week now to support the pool table and all that stuff. So, it's really nice. And it used to just be walking, but then like you can do like some interval type of training, like where you walk real fast for like a minute and then you slow down for 2 minutes and then you change that up and stuff like that. So I started incorporating that, and I found that that really, really helps your metabolism. So I was only doing it like 5 days a week, sometimes only 4 days a week, and you found yourself just losing weight even on those off days when you weren't exercising, stuff like that. So anyway, that's my thing.
Awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that with us. It's funny that you said all the podcasts. I will tell you, shout out to Plastic Fanatics, because I can't tell you how many times I've done cardio and listened, Sunday morning and Monday morning, and caught up on some of the shows that we're going through. So it's a good way to pass the time when you're trying to get it done.
Oh yeah, for sure. I employ a few different methods when I'm like on point. When I was really disciplined, I would get up in the morning, like first thing, 5:30, 6 a.m., hit the gym because it's only like about a 5-minute walk away. Lift my weights, come back home, shower up, go to work. And when I was doing that on a regular basis, like it felt so good because I didn't go into work like feeling tired. Like I felt like I was up, I was ready, I was very productive. And I'm going to try to get back into that practice once this challenge starts on December 1st. I also do what's called intermittent fasting. So I still do that now. And like what Brian does, I do a lot of walking. I walk to work. I walk home from work. So it's about 5 miles or so round trip. Besides all my walking, throughout the day. And with the intermittent fasting, I haven't really been watching what I've been eating, but I do keep my meals within a certain set hours, which allows my body to fast. And basically, my body, it allows my body to burn fat instead of like what I'm eating. So I usually keep within like an 8 and 9 hour window. And when I combine that with exercise, dieting, and weightlifting, like I usually lose weight pretty quick. So like during the challenge, everybody got to kind of find what works for them. But, that's what kind of keeps me going.
That's cool. So, Jose, I have a question for you, and 000 can kind of
000.
Extra zero, right? 000.
I think
I'm sure you can chime. Right, you can chime in too. But you mentioned kind of going into like the gym. Was that something you always felt comfortable doing, or is it something that you kind of just tried, for something new at one point and then enjoyed it? How'd that experience go for you?
Yeah, that was definitely like a learned behavior for me because I never was a gym person like throughout all my life. Back in 2008, when I lost, like I was heavy, about 260 pounds, and I lost about 60 pounds within 5 months. During a weight loss challenge, similar to what we're doing. I was basically just doing cardio, so that was kind of like my introduction to going to like the gym every day. But I didn't lift weights; I was just doing cardio. Then I wound up hooking up after losing those 60 pounds. I started hooking up with a friend who would train people. He was like a personal trainer. He didn't charge me because he was my buddy, and we would just go and we would just work out. And basically he was the one that showed me around, taught me how to lift, showed me the machines, and within 4 or 5 months, he got me like looking pretty good, pretty decent shape.
Nice.
So then I will basically just fall in and out of it. Like, what I'm saying? It was something, again, I was the type that never went to the gym. So for me, I had to push myself to go. But once I was seeing results and stuff, it became like a lot easier. And it was just became like a thing that we did, and then since then just kind of have been in and out of it. I'm saying? I get lazy, you fall off, you fall into the bad habits. And then sometimes I pick myself up, I get focused, motivated, I'm good for 6 months, hit the gym hard, and then I fall off again. So that's what it's been for me,
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Dom, tell us your secrets.
Your
hourglass figure.
Just go with my hourglass figure. What class are you looking at? But no, I just hit the gym. I played football all my life, so I'm very comfortable at the gym. I do cardio, lift weights. So it's funny because when my knees really started getting bad like about 2 years ago, and I just missed going to the gym. I used to run like 5 miles a day, and I barely can do that, especially now with the weight that I have. But you kind of miss it when you leave it. So, but you hate it when you're going. So it's a love and hate relationship with the gym. And when you can't go, believe me, I wish I could go and do half the stuff that I used to do in the gym. But I'll my plan is that I'm probably going to get back in. I'll lose a little weight first before I go in. And then I'll just do the bike and the elliptical because that's what the doctor told me I only could do. Mm-hmm. And then, I'll start with like, I have a lot of body, like I gained a lot of muscle mass over the years. So I don't tend to lift weights as much as I want to because I just don't want that bulk anymore. I want to fit in those skinny jeans. And,
fit savages.
Hey, we all have goals.
You can't fit in skinny jeans if you squat. So, just doesn't happen. But and just like that, I'll diet mostly. Like I'll diet. I'll probably take Brian's recommendation and do walks. Start walking with my wife around the block and stuff like that. Go outside. I think that's definitely a plus, and boost up your morale in regards to walking outside and get some fresh air because I pretty much sit in the cubicle all day, so I don't get that air that you typically would need.
Yeah.
But dieting for me is a key. Like I think Dave touched on it. I love eating at night. Night eating is bad because you don't want to go to bed with a full stomach. You want to eat your smallest meal at night, but your biggest meal in the morning. So dieting is key for me to lose weight. So when I lost all that weight in the first challenge, I mostly diet. I didn't go to the gym much. I probably went to the gym the last 2 weeks of the challenge, and I just dieted mostly, keeping 3 meals a day. Most of my carbs were in the morning if I was eating any carbs, and then a salad at night with some meat, whether it was ham, turkey, chicken, something to put on the top of the salad or something like that. Tuna. So basically that's what I'm, staying active is always key. And I'm probably just going to be riding the bike, elliptical, and taking walks with my wife.
There you go. Good time.
Well, dude,
I appreciate you. Go ahead.
I was about to say he's the man to beat. He was one of the winners last time.
Hey, two guys, I can lose weight, man. I can lose weight.
So
I take a shit
Jose,
and I'll lose 10 pounds.
Jesus, Tom. I think I had to go there. Yeah,
of course.
So I don't want to derail the whole show, but I appreciate you guys sharing. And look, there's a few things I just think it's really important to put out there when you're having the balance, right? So we talked diet, we talked rest. Any exercise is going to be better than doing nothing, right? So always think about that. I always find something that you actually enjoy doing, and then change it up. Don't be afraid to do something different, or try something new and just see how you like it. Obviously, keep in mind, we don't want any injuries. So, don't push yourself to a point where you're going to, cause that injury and hurt yourself and not be able to do anything. But yeah, if you can share it with somebody else, a friend, your significant other, whatever that looks like. And the last thing I'll just say is if tell people is have some confidence and just ask questions. If you want to go into the gym and don't be intimidated by it. You'd be surprised at how friendly people actually really are. If you just have a question about how to do something or what they're doing or what impact it has. There's a little bit of gym etiquette in those settings, but at the end of the day, like I said, I think you'd be surprised at how open people are about just kind of sharing what works for them. So,
I
so
got
just
some
some stuff.
Yep. Sorry, I had to drop. I had a minor technical difficulty, but I'm back now. So one of the things I do is Monday through Wednesday, I'm part of a kind of a boot camp class, and I know not everybody can afford to do something like that, but I find that when you go to something where you have where you're paying for, you have incentive to go, and you have other people depending on your presence. I think that's kind of motivation. If you can't find a friend or a significant other to go on or to go with you, commit to putting a little bit of money behind it, and let that motivate you, and then let the motivation of needing to be somewhere motivate you, and then fall in love with fitness that way.
Yeah, I like I said, that this challenge itself is motivation. Like when I did the first one, it motivated me to just lose weight, and unfortunately, it ended in April, and this one does have an end, and the fault was mine, but I never kept up with it, and I gained the weight back, and unfortunately, it's like a roller coaster with me. And then
what we ought to do is just keep the fitness group alive after the challenge.
That's something that I think we should look into, because I think just that motivation is especially for me. I feel like motivation is the key to me. Like I have to have something driving me to not cheat or do something stupid where I just fall off the wagon or fall off the train and just say, hey, I'm back to my normal bad habits that I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Dom, go ahead.
I was going to ask him, what's the motivation for you? Is it being in the group and seeing that everybody else is getting involved and people are starting to lose weight, or is it more just hitting that goal?
The money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's the winning. Like I like the winning. It's like it's my competitive edge.
That's competitive.
That's good.
Like I want to win. If I'm in a competition, like the first thing I want to do is win. So.
Dom, it's Harry Man, but
Dom's down. Dom's laying
the,
down.
the money doesn't hurt.
Yeah. No, Dom touched on one other point though, Jose. I do want to say is, we talked persistency, right, and consistency are the two things that help you achieve any long-term goal. But the reason we didn't do this for just 30 days or 60 days, and we stretched it out for basically, for 4 months, for, the December through April 1st, is for that reason, so that people can see kind of like sustained progress and feel good. But at the same time, no one's going to be perfect. No one's ever perfect. No. At TFCon, look, I crushed a bunch of pizza, and Brian called me out on it. It was shocked that I ate so much. But the thing is, when you do that, you just have to realize it's done, and then you get right back into your routines again. You don't punish yourself, you don't beat yourself up, you don't try and starve yourself or overdo the exercise. You just get right back to your plan for where you're at, and realize that everything else it'll all kind of come out in the end. It'll all equalize
Just
itself.
because you slacked for part of the week, don't slack for the rest of the week.
You got it. Exactly. Don't let it be an excuse.
And you guys are hitting it right on the head. Like I feel that's the weakness in anybody trying to lose, like at my size, trying to lose any weight. Because when you start a diet and then you're 4 months, like say you're 3 weeks or 6 weeks into the diet, and you're doing really good, and all of a sudden you have a cheat day. Sometimes you feel like it's over.
Cheat
it's over.
Meal.
Yeah. It's over.
One meal, Dom. One meal.
Yeah.
Not a day.
One meal.
And I want to say something too.
It's true. It's just in the mind where you just, I messed up. I give up. Forget it.
I'm just gonna go in. Yeah, just go in. Yep.
Hey, I want to say something to everybody listening. Transforming is not a form of exercise. Unless it's a G Creation toy or like one of the first Bad Cube toys, but other than that, you're not getting exercise transforming your figures. So get out of the house.
Unless you do it on a treadmill.
Yes.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
I've owned an elliptical for like almost 10 years, and I've used it like twice. I plan on using it a lot lately. So, just saying. That was
Yeah.
But I pick my ass up and I set it down. So
There you go.
I do that a lot. That's my workout.
And remember, the important thing also is the support system that's going to be available in the wellness group. Everybody's in there, and we got people that aren't even part of the challenge, as we said, that are just in there lending their support to everybody involved. So remember, it's a useful tool that'll also help everybody stay on track on their goals throughout this competition. I can't wait. Usually, it's part of that being like held accountable, like you said, Gary. The check-ins. I think that's a big motivator. Like knowing that, okay, I got to be responsible. I'm gonna have to check in. You don't want that higher than the last time you checked in. So it kind of just keeps you on point with your daily goals, and that's it. I just always tell people, take it like a day at a time. a day at a time, because sometimes you could look at the end goal and it might seem too big. But you know what? One day at a time, and you'll get there. Trust me. The time passes like this.
Look,
Exactly.
We none of us built our collections overnight. Right?
Dave
One
Speak
one
for
toy
yourself.
at a time.
Yeah, Dave built his collection in 5 seconds.
And,
I've seen that Figuarts checklist.
Yeah, click, 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 click.
yeah, so
This shit looks like what was that X-Men cover? Was it Age of Apocalypse?
Oh,
The
when
famous
there's
one
like
with Wolverine and Kitty Pryde.
there's like 2 people left and everybody else
Yeah.
is X'd out.
Yeah, that's just that shit reminds me of.
Dude, that was like, that gave me some feels too, Dave, when you post out, because remember when toys came out with like a laundry list of what toys were in the line, and you would just check them off and see which ones you got, and just keep a running tally of the whole collection and everything. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll put that topic to bed for tonight. So Gary, you have more details for us next week, and that's going to be the final hangout before the competition starts on December 1st. So it's about 10 days away, guys. So get your registrations in. You gave the email out. If you want to give it out one more time.
Yeah. ROC Weight Loss 2017 at gmail.com.
All right. And get in on the competition, boys. Let's do this. We're all going to be looking pretty right come April.
And thank you for the
Can't
donations, my friends. Thank you.
Steak is on down when the competition's over. All right.
Redigio. We're going Redigio.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brazilian Steakhouse, man.
All right. Next up, Extra Zero. You had a meetup over the weekend. You gave us some details last week. So just tell us how that day went on Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday was a really good time. We had a really good turnout. We got people from a lot of rock presence. Brian was there. We had Pinkerton. We had Roy showed up. Jason L. We had Todd. T-Man, he's a member of the Rock and the Syndicate. We had Kevin Womack from the DMV group. Got some new Rock members. Oh, Matt, I know he's watching. He's in the chat. So is Alex. So we had a really good turnout. It was a really good time. A lot of figures. I went live. I want to say it was about 16 people. We had a good venue at Pub Dog, and I know they're not watching, but I appreciate them for hosting us. And it was a good time. We had a lot of good vibes. We basically got a lot of toys out on the table, stuff to mess with, and just had beers and pizza and a lot of bullshit going on, just getting to know our fellow collectors. It was a good time. It was a lot of good vibes. Oh, and Bobby showed up too.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So,
I saw the video, the live video. It was cool.
Yeah. So, trying to get these things off the ground to be a regular thing. The next one I'm planning is for February, but to go back to Saturday, initially I wasn't really sure what to expect. I had a lot of people saying they were gonna come, and it was a good turnout. I got to mess with a lot of figures I hadn't seen before, like those 1,000 Kills figures. Chris brought those, and just everybody had a good time mingling together. Getting to know each other on a personal level. We were telling stories. A lot of people were talking about Justice League. We were talking, toys, movies, comics, games. It had like kind of a little bit of a mini convention vibe, and that's what I like. I like having the community come together and just everybody being themselves, sharing in the love of the hobby, and really that's the big thing is everybody got to be themselves. There's no I'm a collector. But, we were out in public. We had one guy come up to us, and he comes up and he's like, wow, I didn't know you guys existed. So, yeah, we're really, he goes, man, I got a whole collection of G. He was with just this normal dude with his girlfriend. And he's like, I didn't know you guys existed, man. I have this whole big collection of G1. And he starts naming figures. We gave him a rock card.
Cool.
I believe his name was Jay, so I haven't seen him join up yet. But, it's just kind of cool just to have that presence out in public. Everybody's cool. Everybody's welcome. And everybody's had a really good time. I mean, Brian, you were there. What did you think?
Yeah, man, it was great. And meeting new people, of course, being able to hang out with people that I already know, like Jason L. and Antoine was there as well.
Antoine, yeah, I forgot about Antoine. How could I forget about Antoine?
Yeah. and it's just a good thing. I mean, there are toys there. There's some I hadn't seen before. I always like to fiddle with some plastic here and there, but it is nice just to meet some. There's a dude there. His name was Kevin.
Yeah.
Big 1/6 scale collector.
Yep.
He runs. Well, I don't know if he runs, but he was representing a DMV collectors group there.
That's his group.
Okay, cool. And yeah, and it's just nice to. Just a bunch of normal people hanging out. There's toys on the table, but so what, right? There's also beers in hand, pizza in your mouth, shit like that.
Yeah.
This place, they it was all what did they brew their own?
They brew their own beer, and it's good stuff. It's all 2 for $4.50. So you
get these two smaller mugs. I don't know how much they hold, but it's quite an interesting concept. I was slamming down Imperial double IPAs. I didn't have to drive, so I was just sucking them down. It was good times.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really happy everybody enjoyed the venue, and it wasn't pricey either. Like I think I had like four drink orders and a pizza, and my bill came out to like $35.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, man! Not bad at all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And how was everybody else in the venue though? Like, so seeing a bunch of guys, toys on the table. Was any besides like the guy that was like, oh, did anybody be like, that's weird, or give you any weird looks?
Nobody was giving us weird looks, and that's what was great about it. And I think the thing was we were all so extroverted about it. Like we were there, we didn't give a fuck. We were having a good time. I think a lot of people were like, yeah, these guys over there having a pretty good time. We had like a table next to us. I think Bobby went over to check on, make sure like we weren't bothering them.
Okay.
And they're just like, no, you guys are fine. You do your thing. It was just a lot of positive vibes. It was like that con vibe going on. And that's cool. Like what I try to get for these meetups. And as I get more and more of them and know more and more what to expect, that's what I want to keep going. I talked to Jason, and I was like, I want to be out there when, getting him to do some stuff in Virginia and being a part of that, venturing out there. So it's pretty good, the sense of community that's out there coming together and just getting together and having a good time, getting to know our fellow collectors and yeah.
That's cool, man. And as it tends to be, like these meetups, it always seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
Each and every time.
There will come a point where it's like, oh shit, I'm in over my head here. Because last time it was like 6, and this time it was like 16, maybe 17. We had people rolling in last minute. Like, I didn't even know Roy was coming. He's rolled in. He's got this big tub of toys, and I was like, hey man, how's it going? Because I hadn't seen him since TFCon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And he came out from Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
And it was cool. And like Brian said, people that hadn't met before, not everybody made it out to TFCon. T-Man didn't get to go. Kevin's relatively new to our group. In fact, I met Kevin through T-Man. A real cool dude. And he's got some people in his group that are interested to come in the next one that are all, area locals. So it's cool to get like-minded people together to have a good time, build a sense of community, and just enjoy our hobbies together. I know a lot of people hadn't seen Figuarts before. Some of the people that are more hard than Transformers, and they were messing with Figuarts. I was messing with those 1,000 kill figures that Chris brought. Some of the guys that had never seen Beast Wars Masterpiece, and Roy brought his Primal, and I brought like the G Generation Toy Tyrant and whole mess of stuff. So it was a good time. I was glad Bobby made it. I mean, Bobby's Bobby, and he brought his personality, and that was really awesome to have there. And it's just a really, really memorable meetup. Couldn't have gone any better.
So, do you have a new one being planned anytime soon? I think you said early next year, right?
I'm thinking the end of February, because everybody's got their Valentine's Day plans and week, and you know how that stuff goes for those of you with SOs. And we've got Awesome Con early in March. So my game plan is to space it out after the Valentine's Day stuff, maybe around like President's Day weekend, because I know some people might have the Monday off, so it might be a little bit more flexible. but before Awesome Con, and then when we get into Awesome Con, I'll try and get a meetup for that because I plan on getting a room this year. So plan on like staying at I think it's the Walter E. Reed Convention Center. They have like the adjacent hotel, so I plan on just getting a room there. And that's a pretty good con. I don't know if anybody's ever been.
What city is it in?
It's in DC.
It is, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know that's like worth coming up for a weekend. I don't know like what guests they're gonna have this year, but or I'm sorry, next year. This year they had Stan Lee and like a lot of Doctor Who people. I know next year they've got Michael Rooker and what's James Gunn's brother's name that was in Guardians 2?
Sean.
Yeah, Sean Gunn. Sean Gunn's gonna be there too. So I'll probably be there.
You got to get
2 days.
You got to see Stan Lee while you can. You know?
Oh yeah, I got that photo out, man. I got that photo out. I look very awkward. So, to my Facebook friends, if you want to see a picture of me like looking really giddy and Stanley looking like sketch as fuck, browse my pictures.
All right, sweet. Well, thanks for sharing, man. Those hookups are always good times, and that's why they get bigger and bigger. Like everybody, like has such a good time that they, you know, if they could go to the next one, like they show up, you know, and they.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, it's like I said. You know, Jason was asking like, "Oh man, when's the next one? When's the next one?" And I said, "Well, you know, I'm thinking February, but if you got anything cooking out in Virginia, let me know. I mean, I would be glad to get involved. You know, same thing for you guys up north. You know."
Yeah.
You know, it's worth the drive. I mean, people are willing to come out from Virginia. I can definitely hop in a car and do the same.
For sure. I love like seeing the hookups too. Like I see Jason, you know, shout out to Jason L and his wife. They were hooked up with Darius. I think they went to the movies. Like, so they seem to be hooking up like on a regular basis down there, which is awesome.
You know, Darius said that he was going to come see us this weekend.
Yeah.
Bailed on us.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But, you know, we got Todd. We got Todd, and not one sentence about Dannon. I'm shocked.
Well, me and Todd talked shop a little bit about work stuff, but yeah, it was good to see him again for sure.
Definitely.
He's eyeing up my carry. I wish I never brought it now.
Oh yeah, that was another cool one. I never got to go hands on with that, so I appreciate you bringing that out. And again, for the call tour, very appreciative of that. So, wish you got that robot, that one you got from Paul earlier, because I would have liked to check that out. I love the vintage bots.
I'll bring it to NJCC.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring some. I'll try and bring some Diaclone stuff next time I'm out.
All right, cool.
So,
oh, nice. That'll be cool to check out.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
All right. What we got next? Oh, holiday gaming season. We've been trying to get this topic
since Broketober.
Yes. And, we just get caught up talking about other stuff, but we're going to do it tonight, guys. We're going to do it tonight. So I don't know if anybody else are gamers on the panel, so I guess we'll find out now. Thanksgiving, now we're leading into Christmas. Usually a ton of games get put out during this time of the year. Them trying to maximize those holiday dollars. So if anybody's a gamer, share, what you're playing, what you're interested in, if anything's coming out. And if you don't play, if you ever played before, let us know. So who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll kick it off. So I probably got an overload of stuff. So right now I'm playing more stuff than I have time to play. I'm hoping to change that this weekend because I've got a 5-day weekend. So right now, probably my big one is this game on the Switch, Mario Odyssey, which is probably the most whimsical game I've played in a long time. It's me, Mario. I turn into all the things now. And then this game is just one of the most imaginative games I've played in a long time. I mean, there was so much that they didn't show you. They showed you a lot of stuff in the trailers, but like when you play it, this is like the first time since Mario 64. I've sat down and played a game and was just taken back to like that childhood state of actually being like, in a sense of wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the flip side, I've been playing Wolfenstein 2, which is a game that's like for sadists. Or there's a part in the game where your racist father ties you to like a plank and forces you to shoot your dog. So it's like you go from like hardcore shit to like, yeah, I need Mario to come and wash this taste out of my mouth.
It's interesting though that from one extreme to the next.
Yeah. I picked up the portable version of Doom on the Switch, which I like. I think it's a pretty good looking port. It's impressive. They get that on the Switch. I've been having fun playing that on my my shuttle rides in work every day. Obviously, I picked up the Call of Duty 2 or World War 2 because that you have to. So, well, you don't have that. I've been trying to make time for this. I'm a big South Park fan and also an RPG fan, and I've been enjoying the hell out of the Fractured But Whole. I've been playing Rocket League on the Switch as well, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. I got that digitally, so I don't have a box to hold up. And I also picked up an Xbox One X.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Now,
So
what's
it's
the
like-
benefit? What's the benefit of upgrading like the system? Like, is it like the 4K? You get the 4K resolution, and
Yeah, you get
hard
4K.
drive?
It's not a bigger hard drive. It's actually a 1 terabyte. It went from the 2 terabyte S to the 1 terabyte X. I think it's a solid state hard drive, but I'm not 100% on the X.
Okay.
I'd have to double check, but I do know that it has a better CPU, which the PlayStation Pro doesn't have. So the PlayStation Pro, it's going to bottleneck a lot of the games. So if you watch any of the Digital Foundry stuff, like the Xbox One X games are getting superior third-party ports with better texture filtering and stuff that probably bores some of you guys to tears, but I like it. And I have a 4K television, so it's nice to play it here in my office. Then it's got a better GPU as well. And ultimately, you're not getting a native 4K experience on most games. You're getting close to, and it does actually look a bit more impressive than the PS Pro in a lot of instances so far. So I'm digging it. Still not a big fan of the Xbox interface or the fact that it takes fucking forever to install games, whereas the PlayStation does the advantage of streaming them off the disc and faster install time. See Tim nodding; he knows. But yeah, this is like one of my favorite times of the year where I'm just overloaded with games and I pray for a game drought so I can get caught up on the shit I already have.
Yeah.
You know,
Overload, especially like if you're into many systems like you are.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing the Nintendo, you're playing the Xbox. Are you on PS4 as well? You're on PS4
I'm on
as well.
PS4, so you can find me on there if you want to play me sometime. On there, it's just the solid extra 0. On Xbox, it's extra space 0, and on Switch, I don't fucking know what my friend code is. So just PM me if you want it.
Yeah, I remember I used to be the same way. Like I used to get like every system, every current console, I have it. Get all the games I wanted, but I've slowed down a lot. Like in recent years, for the last generation, I had both the 360, PS3, and I noticed that I played games on the 360, used the PS3 as a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of, and then this generation, I got the PS4 and I've been using it like for both. And I haven't picked up the Xbox yet because I just feel like there isn't enough
If
like
you
exclusive
get
content.
A 4K TV, it's worth it as a player. I will say that. And then now it's like the Xbox One is kind of done like a 180 for me almost because they've been going back and now it's like, all the original Xbox games, we're going to try and make as many as we can backwards compatible. And they've really been supporting the shit out of making it like, a completely backwards compatible system. So I will give them that, and it's growing on me a bit. But really in the way of exclusives,
Yeah, that's what's kept me from buying the system so far. Like I thought Gears of War was going to be the one to get me to do it. And I'm just like, just the hype isn't there for me anymore, And I guess maybe it's just real life, busy with work and family. Yeah. Find the time sometimes.
Definitely. Very true.
Yeah. Does anybody else on the panel game?
I haven't been playing much lately, though.
There you go.
Last thing I bought was like Destiny 2 and something else I bought. Anyway. But yeah, I need to get Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 is awesome. Like, I know there's that whole EA bag of dicks controversy, but I tell you what, man, that story mode is good. It's really good.
I want it.
Yeah, I'm interested in checking that one out. I've been kind of taking the wait and see like approach because I don't like the whole thing. You know, like you're not even getting a full game like on the disc. You know, it's a DLC like market now where you're almost like forced to pay for the DLC to get a complete game.
It sucked too because they were like, "Oh, it's gonna have no season pass," and then they like throw a bunch of shit behind the microtransactions. But I'll tell you what, man, it's like I logged in and I've got damn near all the heroes unlocked. I just don't have the Emperor, Vader, or Luke.
Nice. Cool. I also want to get the Mario game for Switch.
Yeah,
too.
Mario is dope as fuck.
I'm a lot like you, James, where I have PS4, I have the Xbox One, and the Switch. It's hard like keeping up with all the games all at once, and now I've kind of like lost my kind of mojo with playing. Like I still haven't finished Zelda yet. And
man,
I finished Destiny 2. I haven't played that in a while.
That's me. I've fallen behind on like Fallout 4. You know, I got a Destiny, all those games.
Do you ever just buy games even though you know you don't have time to play them?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them that are still not opened.
Yeah.
So James, that's the question that I have for you guys. So I don't really game. You know, I had an Xbox 360. I don't know, back 7, 8, 9 years ago. And I never got into the online gaming thing. But what do you guys, when you play that much, what do you give up? There's only so many hours in the day, right? So my fear is with I joke about some borderline OCD tendencies with certain things, but I know I'd probably fixate on it. So I just know myself better. I just don't go down into that path. But
I could answer that, Gary.
Yeah.
Listen,
I think Dave's answer is the same as mine.
Listen, I remember when Knights of the Old Republic came out, and I was so hooked that I couldn't go to sleep at night that the next day I'd call out and not even go to work. I'd be like, I'd call out sick just to play all day because I know my wife wasn't home and I could just fucking go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, literally to the point where you would pause the game, go take a piss, go grab something to eat, come back, sit down, start playing again. So between that and like Call of Duty, once I got into that and started playing online, bro, my life.
I'll take off.
Yeah, take off of work.
I'll take off for certain days, for certain games. I mean, like I took off for Destiny too.
I'm debating doing that now because I want that Battlefront like so bad. But like I told my wife the other day, like I said, babe, I gotta talk to you, right? So she's looking at me and she's thinking I'm gonna tell her something serious, like you know what I mean? Like her face is like all changing. I'm like, look, because I wanted her to understand that I want to start gaming again. So I said, look, you're gonna have to start watching TV in the fucking room because my Xbox is hooked up to the living room and she's usually in there like now watching TV. Yeah. So she looked at me, she's like, okay. And I was like, that's it? That easy? She's like, yeah, I thought you were gonna ask me something crazy. I was like, nope. I just want to start playing my games again. It's just tough. Like I actually like in my living room, the way I have the TV set up, have you ever seen the mounds that they extend? So mine extends, and I did that only for the purpose of gaming. And I've spent like 10 hours total in that living room playing games in the past year. So hopefully, like I do every Christmas, Gary, you just said, do you buy, somebody said, do you buy games just for the sake of having them? Right. I usually ask for that for Christmas. Like I have my mother, my brother, my wife buy me games. And I think I still got shit wrapped up, like not even opened. And it's shameful of me, but I do that because I don't have the time. I would like to, but not being single anymore, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough taking over the room.
Will your wife play with you?
She'll try. She'll attempt. Like she's attempted to play the last Battlefront game, and like she's shooting in the air, she's shooting down, she's running, and she can't. She's like, "Where am I?" She's attempted. But...
My best friend and his girlfriend play Destiny 2 together. I'm surprised he's sticking with it.
Tim's girlfriend's a big gamer, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend kills it pretty much. She currently plays the Elder Scrolls Online again. She just got that new what is that? Like that clock?
The Morrowind?
No, the Morrowind is actually the previous one. They have something rolled out now. It's like I don't know, the clock tower or clock town thing. I don't know what's it called. It's a pretty big thing. She's like on that ESO Plus train with it, and yeah, she just pulled it back up, and she said it's so much fun. She's playing more than me now. I was a big player back in the day. I had the Super NES. I still got that hooked up. I want to hunt down my games. Currently, I'm playing the old Need for Speed Hot Pursuit for the PlayStation 3. I reactivated that system. I love that game. It's from the Burnout programmers. They really nailed that.
Criterion.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. And they killed it. I love that one. Also the soundtrack, 30 Seconds to Mars and Datmau and all that stuff. It's really hooking me bad. Doom 2, but for the new games, I have a hard time resisting Wolfenstein 2.
I told you, man. That. It was free on the Swedish PlayStation Network this afternoon.
Yeah, I got it. I got to look into that. So, yeah, I'm a little bit pissed off. It's censored in Germany. Like the swastikas and everything is like
Hitler does not have a mustache either, which is
it's so stupid, you know. Everybody else get it, and the historical details is like I don't know, censored in Germany, but who gives a shit? So yeah, that and hey, topic taking the day off as soon as the new God of War drops. I will absolutely.
Shit!
Yeah, dude.
That is my poison. God of War. I love that fucking game. When I saw the announcement, you saw all those people in this old E3 announcement. They were like having tears in their eyes. I was watching that announcement. I was like, oh, dude, it's fucking back. I was so on. I was so fucking on. I'm really looking forward to that one.
I'm gonna have to buy a PlayStation just for that game. That's what I did with the last system, the PlayStation 3. I only bought it to buy all the God of Wars.
So that's the game. That's the game that does it for you, then, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I platinized every game in that. I got the retro collections for the PlayStation 2. I platinumed that. I was like gaming all the time, and I'm actually planning to do that for the new God of War 2. So
Dave, get God of War. You got to get Horizon Zero Dawn. I think you'd really like that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim, you'd probably like it too, man. It's really sweet.
Okay. I got it.
And then there's some DLC coming up that I'm really excited for. The Injustice 2 DLC where they're adding in the Turtles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, no
when
shit.
I saw that trailer, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Now I gotta get this game. I was waiting for the Game of the Year edition, but it looks like it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for Street Fighter. I need to get back into Street Fighter a little bit, but that's actually the point where it's gotten me to step out the gaming game a little bit, actually, because all this new DLC culture with all the season passing and the games. I just calculated it for myself. Gaming has gotten so expensive lately with all the season pass and DLCs. You are paying more than double for an actual game. You get collector's edition with all the cool shit, but if you really want that longevity experience, you gotta pay so much on top. And I'm like, sorry, no, I have the disc. I want that game. I want to play for all the shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And then they'll do like a second season pass now. Like that's what got me. It's like, okay, season pass should just be that's it. It's your pass for the DLC. You can either buy it in parts.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, here's our second season pass.
Exactly.
First Destiny, I spent so much fucking money on that.
Yeah,
game.
me too.
360, so I bought all the fucking DLC on the 360. Then I bought it for the PS3.
Yeah.
Bought all the shit for the PS3. Then I got a PS4 for Christmas that year. Bought all the fucking DLC for the fucking PS4. Then I ended up with
Holy shit.
So, bought all the shit all over again.
So can someone explain what that is? Like if you don't game, like so you don't just buy like the disc anymore, and you have to like pay for upgrades.
Some games you do.
Yeah, you have the disc, and every information now is actually stored on the disc, except certain content they do like afterwards, like story story add-ons or such. But otherwise, all the DLCs like skins for characters or maps or even I think sometimes also modes are actually on the disc, and it is like it's unlocked through the DLCs. It's not like you play the games like back in the day and you have, I don't know, let's call it Resident Evil 2. You play all the scenarios and then you do certain combinations. With certain combinations, and then you just plain unlock it, or you can put in the action replay on the back of the PS1 and you can unlock it straight away. Shout out to the 90s. So that's a thing now, and you're actually playing on top. And I remember back in the day when I was looking at all the shelves in my local store, it was like a game for Super Nintendo. It was like 120 German marks, and now when you actually calculate it, it's like double at least if you think a collector's edition or something like that. But then the DLC comes in and the season pass, and it's like 40 to 50 bucks for the pass, and like €5 for the DLC this and that, and it tops to actually kind of going double to triple of an actual game nowadays.
Yeah, it's basically pay to play. Like before, you could spend 50, 60 bucks, you get a pretty complete game. You know, nowadays you're paying the 50, 60 bucks, well, 60, and you're getting, let's say, 70% of the game. And then, and then they'll charge you an extra 30 to 40 bucks for DLC, and it's just like additional content that they release like every month, for 5-6 months.
There are trends with developers. Like Blizzard didn't do that with Overwatch. Rockstar didn't do it with Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, they're still supporting that, which I feel.
Diablo 3 is a game that had one expansion and gets seasons added in. So there's games out there that really are making a lot of money, and with kind of like a goodwill. What's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say like a goodwill gesture, but like looking at their fan bases and offering them stuff and really making money off of cosmetic options. Rocket League is another one. And I think ultimately those games that are doing that are going to be ones that stick around, versus the games that have this kind of like pay to win model. I think that Activision and EA, their days as top dogs is kind of numbered, and people are eventually going to crash out on games where loadouts are a thing. And I think in the past, multiplayer was more fun when it was a level playing field, or it was like, okay, I picked up a shotgun. The shotgun just does everything a shotgun does. Not, I got this shotgun. It's marginally better than the other shotgun, but I need to mine silver to get this, to get this shotgun. People are getting sick and tired of that bullshit. They just want to pick up weapons in a game and shoot each other. Seriously. I mean, that's the thing. People want like a back to basics sort of thing. I think Overwatch is kind of proving that.
Yeah, that's actually something I thought about. That maybe, I don't know, in the home cinema sector, they rolled out the whole 3-dimensional thing, and now it's going back. That it's actually, I don't know, like bankrupt on the 3D is pretty much gone on the home cinema sector. So I hope, I don't know, but I hope that something will happen to this new culture of gaming, that it goes back to the full package once you bought it.
Yeah, look at all the people that are still playing like the old Halos. Look, people are still playing like the Master Chief Collection versus Halo 5. Borderlands is another one.
Borderlands 2.
I think we're going to see a big shift in this like back to basics where games have legs. Right now it's like you had like I think the market was kind of like tainted by like all these seasonal releases, like a new Assassin's Creed every year, a new Call of Duty every year, a new Battlefield every year, and the developers are going, oh, it's costing us so much money, games are expensive. Well, actually, no. The thing that's expensive is the fact that you guys keep churning these games out every single year, and that's what's making them expensive. It's not that, games are expensive, but from the AAA companies, their games have no legs, and they don't retain their value, and people go, oh, well, the game's only $35, if you wait a few weeks.
That's what.
The same shit that happened in the 70s.
You could tell by all that blue behind you.
Or the 80s. Yeah, I know, right?
Got a good collection going.
Best gamer for life. I mean, I do buy a lot of full price games, but there's a lot of stuff where I wait it out.
Yeah.
right now that stack there, that's like this is the time of year I call Broketober. I think I explained it to Jose because it's like this is the time of year where I will buy the new games, but throughout the rest of the year, I'll be like, yeah, I can wait a week. I'm still playing this.
Yeah,
I wish I held out on Wolfenstein because that's going to be $25 on Black Friday. But I did enjoy the game, and I do want to support the developers because that is a full game. That's that full campaign. There's no DLC planned for it or anything like that.
Well, maybe I'll shop around because I've been taking the wait and see approach, like waiting till they get cheaper and until when all the DLC is like usually included, or like if I could get the game for 30, I'll pay the 30 for the DLC and at least $60 and I got everything.
Hey, Jose.
So yeah,
Voltron equals a lot of games.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, the wait and pay approach was for me for the Resident Evil Origins collection. They first released the HD remaster of the remake, and then they did the remaster for Zero, and then they actually put out the Origins collection. And I waited, and now they actually had it for PS4 in my store for $25, and that's where I pulled the trigger. So that's what.
And you know what? Say what you will about Nintendo, but that's a company that where you look in their games historically retain their value because nobody else makes games like that. And Nintendo doesn't say like, "Oh, I'm going to come out with a new Zelda every year. I'm going to come out with a new Mario every year." So those games are just it.
Yep.
And it's coming. It's coming. Like when I finished Breath of the Wild, I had 140 hours on the clock.
Oh yeah.
And that was a lot of game.
Single life, bro. I tell you.
I start putting those numbers in. Yeah, I start putting those numbers in again. I'll be single.
Dom, you play games, right, Dom?
Yeah, I play games, but I'm
not talking about your penis.
I still use the joystick. I still use the joystick. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I play some games. I got into the Friday the 13th. Enjoyed that a lot.
I'm waiting for the sale, but I want that game.
Yeah, I gotta get back into it.
It's really good.
It's actually on sale. Somebody's selling that for $25 too this week.
Yeah, and some asshole stole my checking account info, so I can't do anything right now.
But that I played a lot, and I bought the Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've been playing Call of Duty. But I just like going to the I played some online, but I've been just going to the kill streak lobby and just like using the kill streaks. I guess when you have that like open home base, you can go walk around and like you can practice on your kill streaks and stuff like that. So I usually just go to kill streaks and just have fun with all the kill streaks and just.
What are you playing on?
Xbox. I have Xbox One. Yeah, I might jump into the X, but I'll wait to see when they do that, like, trade in 3 your points and stuff like that. And so I can just trade up for the system.
You're going to dominomics that shit.
Yeah.
Xbox always has price drops and bundles. That's one thing you can count on with them.
I
wanted that Scorpio edition.
Yeah, I love Nintendo. I have the Nintendo Switch. I started playing Zelda, but then I want to save a good, 3 to 4 days to play that. So I got some time later on this in December that I can probably get into that. I just beat the one that was on the Wii U just like this summer. So I like beating that game. I like going through and collecting everything. So I heard this last one, it's a lot. So
there was a Zelda for Wii U.
Yeah.
Well, Breath of the Wild came out. Yeah.
Breath of the Wild came out on, but what was the last one that came out?
We got
Skyward Sword. I think it was just the
Wii,
but
it was Twilight Princess HD.
Yeah, but I was playing Skyward Sword.
Oh, you're using the backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I played Skyward Sword on regular Wii.
Yeah. So I've been trying to I was trying to beat that. I started it way back when it first came out, never got to it, and I just finished it up this past summer. So.
Yeah, it's funny, Dom. I got that for like Christmas or my birthday one year, and when did it come out? Because I didn't end up playing it until
I think it came out like a year into when the Wii was I don't know whether it came out when the Wii started out or I can't remember.
No.
I want to say Skyward Sword was like 2011. It was late.
Yeah.
I didn't play it till 2013 when I had my broken foot. Basically, playing Zelda kept me from going stir crazy because I could at least run around and stuff, on screen.
Yeah, I always play the Zeldas. The Zeldas were just a great series, and I played every one and beat them, and so now it's the next one, Breath of the Wild, that I want to beat and play. So I got Mario Odyssey and haven't opened it up. I bought it like 3 weeks ago. I haven't opened it up. But I'm a typical guy. I'll buy the games. I have a shitload of games that I haven't even opened up. Like I'll just go through the bin, but I wait. I don't buy them when they first hit. I'll just wait until like the holiday seasons when they drop them down to like $30, $25, and I'll go through the bins and I'll pick up a couple things that I never played.
You ever use Cheap Ass Gamer?
No.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Follow them on Twitter because they'll just post like the the deals, but their boards are pretty awesome. Like every week they'll post like the Target, Best Buy, Toys R Us ads, the highlights, and you can also get like price trackers on the site too.
Yeah,
nice.
It's legit.
I was mainly a PS person, and then I made the jump once Xbox 360 came out, and I've been playing Xbox. Been Xbox ever since. But
that's for me too.
Yeah, but my brother-in-law is a PS guy, so if I have to play any PS4 games, I'll just go to his house and play there.
Yeah, I was PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, and then Killer Instinct hit it, and I had to get the Xbox One. That was my ticket to the Xbox One.
I was the opposite. I was a big Xbox guy, and then
you jumped over to PS.
Yeah, I always had PlayStations, but I favored the Xbox. Then when the 4 came out, it was just, for me, it was a lot better. I mean, I got the Xbox One when Titanfall came out. That was like the what convinced me to get it. I was like going through like a bad breakup at the time, and like I was like, well, fuck her. The money we were gonna use for this vacation, I'm gonna buy a fucking Xbox. This is my plastic therapy.
Jordan, I got a question for you. You have both systems, right? You have Xbox 4 and so when you play online, like say you're playing the Call of Duty online, do you find the competition more harder on Xbox or PS?
Right now, PlayStation. It's got the bigger install base for this generation.
Gotcha.
But I think it's pretty much 1-1. But it's like what was it I had on both? I had Titanfall 2 on both because I got Titanfall 2 like real cheap, and then I got it as a gift on Xbox. Or I got it real cheap on Xbox because more friends are playing it there, and then I got it as a gift on PlayStation, and I found it was a harder player base on PlayStation actually, which is funny because Titanfall 1 was never on PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I asked is because when I was big into Call of Duty before I got married, and I used to play on Xbox here in my house, and then I would go over to my brother-in-law's and play online over there, and I was just the scores I would get there rather than when I play on Xbox were easier on PlayStation. Like I would get like kill streaks, nukes, and all that good stuff easier on PlayStation than on Xbox.
Yeah. It depends on your controller preference too.
Yeah.
Like I have all those different copies of Destiny. Playing the Crucible on PlayStation, I'm usually at the top of the game. On the Xbox, I feel it's more average.
Mm-hmm.
So
so I said the bigger player base.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we're going to continue the video game talk off the air. I'm going to start wrapping up now. We're almost hitting that 90-minute mark. So, Brian, have you been keeping on top of the chat for us?
Yeah, man. So, here are the people that we had in the chat tonight. Thanks for coming in. Make sure you hit that like button while you're here.
Smash it. Titty smack.
We had Primacon is in here. Night winging them. Not number 2, not number 3, but Night winging them 1 was in here. We had KJ Smith. Dust Mites was in there chopping it up. We had Matt and Alex, who we met this past weekend at the meetup. BZ Fresh is in there. Forgotten Path. Sean S. Retro Now. We had Dare 2727. Deluxe popped in. Dolcar was in there. Lord Shadowkeeper. T-Man 978, who was also at the meetup, and Ironhide 204.
Sweet. Thanks for popping in, fellas. As always, it's appreciated. And we're going to be throwing the link out there. So if anybody wants to join in on the convo, feel free. We're going to throw the link in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. All right. Say our goodbyes for the night. First up, Tim K.
Yo, what up? The usual, Tim K in the Facebook group, Figure Photography Crate on Instagram, and if you want to catch me on the PS4, you can find me as, what was it? Rainius101. For details, just hit me up. That's a little complicated. Have a good one.
Awesome, man. All right, next up, JD.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Here with you fellas on Tuesdays and every other Wednesday on Figure Banging.
Figure?
This week, next week.
Next week. All right, G Money.
Okay, you will not find me on any gaming systems anywhere, but you can find me, Gary Allen in the Facebook groups. Please feel free to reach out, message me if you have any questions about the wellness challenge, and then here on Tuesday nights, hanging out with you guys.
Sweet. All right, Extra Zero.
So, quick question: is the Peloton system a gaming system? No, psych. So Extra Zero, you can find me on Twitter at the Original Zero. I need more followers, so if you guys are interested in meetups, anything figure related, I post a lot about Transformers and life in general. Feel free to follow me. Of course, you can find me on the Realm of Collectors Facebook group as James Jordan. If you're interested in playing some Xbox or PlayStation with me, I am Extra Zero, all one word, on PlayStation, and I promise I will boot up my PlayStation to add you, Alex. Sorry for the neglect. On Xbox, I'm Extra Space Zero. Not the word space, but extra and then space. So, yeah, anyway, here every Tuesday. Probably, if Dust will have me, I'll chime in on that liquid therapy on Thanksgiving. But, yeah, here every Tuesday. Glad to be here and glad to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Big Dom.
You can find me on the Facebook pages at Dominic Grasso. And on Xbox, I am Lord Chumley 50. So if you know the reference, God bless you. I think all you should know the reference, but
I love that episode.
I love that episode too.
All right, Energon Addict.
Yo, find me on Instagram, Energon Addict. Catch me here on Tuesdays. Catch me knuckle punching Dom in the balls when I do see him. And by the way, liquid therapy is going to be tomorrow at 9:00.
It's tomorrow. Huh?
Tomorrow, yeah. Dust is he's gonna throw up the link tomorrow. So whoever wants to get down, hit him up. And listen, everybody out there, all you guys, have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend the holidays well with your families. Eat that fucking turkey. Don't think of me. Don't think of me and the crappy lunch I had today with the potluck. Hopefully, you have better food than I did.
Rice
and I just want to say I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for you guys, and hope we continue to grow and keep having great times.
So I'm very thankful for the community.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think we all feel that same way.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right, Brian Brink.
What's up, guys? You can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups and at Brinkalizer on Instagram. And buy Scully.
Scully.
I did buy a hoodie. Tempting.
It's just $12 more.
It's $12, yeah. If you bought a hoodie, it's only $12. You can get it.
Extra Zero doesn't want to ruin that hair, man.
No, I get compliments. In fact, I got to get it shaved again.
Yep. It ain't easy. It's not. All right. As for myself, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Xbox Live, and the PlayStation Network at HarricanBX. Send me a friend request. I'll accept it. And here hanging out with these fine gentlemen every single Tuesday night. Guys, find us on Facebook. We're there as a group, Realm of Collectors. We're on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and on Twitter at Enter the R.O.C. Remember to check out our website, www.realmofcollectors.com. Merchandise is available on the website. Shot glasses, $13 shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. The R.O.C. Friends and Family t-shirt, and the new piece of merchandise on the site, as Brian is wearing, the R.O.C. Scully, or a cap with the brand new Realm of Collectors logo. So please get your orders in. Support the cause. Everything that we get from these orders, we just put back into what we're doing here, guys, and we appreciate the love and support of the community. So check out realmofcollectors.com. Don't forget to also check out the Cool Table. It's a network for like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Figure Banging, Beer and Bolts is 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and throughout all social media. So, on behalf of all of us, guys, have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a great time with your families and be safe. We are the R.O.C. We're not going anywhere. So get to know us. Love and relax. We'll see you next week, guys.
Gobble, 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 motherfuckers.